Hey everybody, I'm doing kind of a review on this little Milwaukee compressor that I picked up. I'll flip the camera around here. I hadn't even towed this darn thing yet. Just basically home into the shop here, and that tire was flat. So we're gonna kind of check this thing out and see what it does. I've had it on there for maybe, I don't know, a minute now. So I want it to pump up to 75 PSI. Kind of wait here, it's kind of loud standing right next to it. And I've just got a small 4 amp hour battery, so I'm kind of curious too to see how long that battery will actually last. So I can check all the pressures on all these other trailers too. I got a lot of stuff sitting around here right now. I just bought that one back from the guy, and that didn't really buy it back. He basically just exchanged, kind of didn't exchange. He bought it from me, I bought it back from him because he needed money. So, and he bent my tool holder up here, so I gotta fix that. Probably just cut it off and weld it back on again. I'm not a welder, but as you can tell from my beautiful weld right here. So anyway, we'll check out this Mercedes, or this Milwaukee. See what she's up to now. I assume that's a pretty good sized tire for a small compressor like that. I assume it's going to take it a minute to kind of get it pumped all the way up. You can tell I tore out my pool cover not too long ago. I've just been using it for just dumping stuff, and usually when this is totally full, then I'll bring it off to the landfill. The landfill here is really bad. I end up kind of the same situation. I end up with flat tires every darn time I go out there. 30 PSI she's at. So again, I kind of want to let this video run to see when that thing will actually stop at 75 PSI. And then I'm going to have to do it again too, because it's going to sit here for a few days. I need to move everything out of the yard back here behind the building and get both of these trailers kind of resituated, figure out which one I'm going to sell, which one I'm going to keep. They're both 2022 model trailers, PJs. So really nice trailers, but I don't know. I'm kind of thinking the deck over is going to be more functional for me. You know, I like this because it's a lot lower. When I'm just towing like little stuff around, this trailer's a lot nicer because it's 20 foot. It weighs a hell of a lot less. And then I can actually tow this one with my wife's truck. She's got the Ford Raptor. But I do have the big Super Duty now, and that's why I think this is probably going to stay. And I was trying to figure out, I think that's a 24 foot trailer. If I look here, that looks like about 4 extra feet. And they're pretty, well, I guess this one is back a couple feet. Maybe that one's only a 22. I wonder if the tongue, if it tells me what that one is. Because I don't remember. When I bought it, I know it was bigger than what I wanted initially when I first purchased it, because the places I was going didn't really allow a large trailer like this, but you know, I kind of made it work. Usually there's kind of a sticker deal here. Let's see. I don't know if you guys see it on there at all, but I can't tell. For some reason I thought this was a 24, but it might only be a 22. I guess while that thing is still pumping, we can run and grab the tape measure. But like I said, I really wanted to test that little compressor deal out. It's kind of a nifty little tool to have. I mean, I've got 3 compressors here and a gigantic one at the shop and like a little tank, but I thought, boy, for get you out of a bind, that thing would really be handy. It's kind of dark in here. Let's see if we can find a tape measure so we can measure that. I know I have one around somewhere. I can still hear the compressor humming away behind the building. Here it is. Okay, got a tape measure. Trusty Craftsman tape measure. Let's see how long this trailer is. Nice day out today, kind of overcast. Almost looks like we're going to get a little bit of rain, which never happens here, so it's always welcomed. Down in the desert when it's 8,000 degrees every day. It's been a really, really hot summer, so I would really, really enjoy some rain and a cool down. Compressor's still buzzing away. See if that'll stay on there. There we have 13, 14, 15, 18, 19. Oh, yeah, that's got to be about a 22 footer. Hard to do that one-handed. So it was about there. So yeah, that's a 22. So this trailer gives us an additional 2 feet, I guess, over the regular tilt bed car hauler. You know, I just really like these tilt beds for equipment and all that, because again, they're just nice and low. This is a full hydraulic, so when you push, come on, roll up already, Craftsman. When you push the button inside of here, this has got like a battery and a little hydraulic pump in it. I didn't even test this when I got it back from him, which is probably pretty silly. I should probably look at it. Oh yeah, she's still good. So, they're a little slow, but, and I think they've got that goofy thing on the back too that holds the license plate and then the lights, which kind of has to move to get it to kind of go up all the way. I think we're down in the back already, so I'm not going to go too much farther. But the twin hydraulic cylinders, and then it's the only thing, again, that I don't care that much for about this trailer is that it's a little bit steep. So I mean, certain things that you're loading, I mean, it's not bad, but I mean, you can walk up it just fine and all that. It's got some crap on here still, this little outlet cover deal. But to kind of put it into perspective, you walk back down here. I gotta clean it off too. He's got a bunch of oil from his truck that he hauled. This one, you basically just flip. You flip the lever, and it's kind of a gravity type tilt, and it goes down on its own eventually, but if you give it a little love and just step on it, it's a lot easier. So you see this is much less of a, and maybe it just looks like that because of the angle, how high that one goes up, but yeah, I know, you can tell this one's definitely a much lower angle. So I don't know, what would you guys do? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Which trailer would you rather have? Which would you prefer? I also have a brand new winch sitting inside the shop that I've been meaning to put on. I was actually going to put it on this one because I didn't know I was buying that one back. But when I bought that one now, I think it might make more sense to maybe put the winch on the front of this, way up here. Like mount the winch up there because I've got a winch mount plate. And then there's a lot of open space underneath here. So I could mount like a battery. I could probably weld up a little box and have the battery stored underneath there, so it'd be a nice clean, kind of a nice clean install. This one is a little more difficult because of the way that it tilts, you know, halfway back. So I'd have to either, you know, cut this out and install a roller, which wouldn't be a big deal, or just have the, you know, I'd hate the wire just scraping up the trailer right there. It'd be kind of silly. Plus it creates a lot of friction and drag. But I was going to mount it right up here, you know, just to put it here, and I thought about building something up a little higher, but then this thing's in the way, and so I don't know. I think for the purposes of hauling, you know, equipment and stuff you need to drag onto the trailer, you're dragging it up a steeper incline here, but I think that trailer is probably a better fit for the winch. Let's go check on our compressor. 71.5. Getting there. I don't know if it'll tell us the battery status as it's going. Oh no, see, we're down to one battery light already. So I have a feeling that thing's only going to be good for one full-size tire. And these are 235/80/16 tires. So again, that's a pretty good sized tire from, I mean, it was totally dead. It was flat. There was zero air in it. And it's probably fighting it a little bit too because the air is coming out of it somewhere. And there she goes. She shut off. Yep, 75 PSI. Cool. So let's turn that off. We'll unscrew this. And then I'll put this cap back on. And hopefully that'll hold until I have to tow it into Discount Tire and have them fix it. But I'm assuming that battery's probably getting pretty warm. So we have one left and it's kind of blinking. So all in all, I mean, it's not too bad. You know, I mean, and again, this is the 4, I think these are the 4 amp hour batteries. I'll pull it out of here. Yeah, the M18, the 4 amp hour. So it is a little bit smaller battery. I didn't, you know, I already had 3 of these batteries from the kit that I bought. I really didn't want to spend another $200 to buy the big battery. I think you ended up with 2, I can't remember exactly what it was, but you got 2, maybe they were 5 amp hour batteries for like $189 or like, it was somewhere around there with a charger and everything, which again, I don't need. I've got the charger and everything. But yeah, if you're traveling along, I guess this could potentially save you. I mean, I have an ARB kit that works really well for, it's just like a tire plug kit. So I mean, if you had something, you could plug the tire and you could at least get it back up and going with this rather than having to swap out the spare. Potentially, you know, again, I'm not a professional by any means trying to tell you what to do when you get a flat tire, but you know, so that's my disclaimer. But yeah, pretty cool little compressor. I mean, for pumping stuff up and doing little things, I think it would be absolutely fantastic. You know, this was kind of like I was simulating kind of an emergency fix with the trailer because that's a big tire for such a tiny compressor. So, and that ran, I mean, the video has been going for about 12 minutes. It probably took about 12 minutes total to air that tire up. So not too bad. So if you're in a bind and you need a good compressor, I don't know, I'm kind of digging the little Milwaukee. I mean, it's very portable, very lightweight, really easy to kind of get around. So there we go. If you guys like these videos, go ahead and you know, if you want to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I've always got kind of crazy things happening down at the shop here if you're into watching stuff like that. These trailers are going to be an upcoming project, like I say, whether or not I fix up this tilt and keep them. I don't know if I'm going to keep them both. I think one of these needs to go away because I really don't need 2 very like trailers. So I mean, I can't think of a situation where I would use this one in place of that one, really. I mean, unless the battery was dead on that and I couldn't tilt it, and that would be a total pain. You know, that's where this one is kind of nice because it's just mechanical. It's got the hydraulic, you know, mechanical hydraulic on it. But otherwise, I think it's going to be the hydraulic tilt there, and it is a little bit longer, so that leaves you open to being able to haul a little heavier. They're both 14,000 gross vehicle weight rated trailers. So you guys tell me which one you'd rather have in the comment section below.